Today we're going to be talking about leveling the Ender 3 3D printers. I'm going to walk you through how I do it, as well as some tips and tricks, as well as a file that I've prepared that is going to help prepare you guys for leveling the bed. So our first step with leveling is going to be turning on our 3D printer. Just to do that, I hit the power switch on the power supply there, and then the screen will turn on. Once our printer is started up and the fan's spinning, we can go into our menu, go to Prepare, Auto Home, which will move our extruder to the home position. It's going to trigger all three of the end stops. And now that we're at position, I'm going to disable those steppers, which is going to allow me to slide the printer's head as well as the bed forward and backward. If I don't disable the steppers, all those motors will be locked and I won't be able to slide anything around. Our next step is going to be using the only tool that we need for this process, which is a sheet of white paper. What we're going to do is we're going to take that sheet of white paper and I'm just going to slip it on the bed, and it's a little bit in the way right now. So this is the first step of our leveling process, is I have to get the paper under the nozzle. So I'm going to rotate our knob. I'm going to rotate it following the down arrow, or I'm going to rotate it clockwise or counterclockwise, or clockwise to raise the head. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sliding this paper forward and backward, and as soon as I feel friction where that paper and that nozzle start hitting, I know that I've gotten my level. So then I move to my next corner, always moving counterclockwise around the machine, and I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to move my paper, and it's still a little bit sticky, so I'm going to move down a little bit, slide my paper, that's moving nicely. Go to my my back right corner. Down a little bit so my paper can clear it. This one's still a little high. There we go. Slide my paper back and forth. It's starting to catch there. So I'll stop leveling and I'll move to my last position. So now that we've gotten the printer leveled, we're going to run a file which is going to test our leveling and make sure that we've leveled it accordingly and appropriately. This file that we've prepared is going to basically replicate the same process we just did. It's going to move across each of the corners as well as the center of the bed. It's going to draw a little square in each corner. While it's drawing that square, I'm going to keep an eye on it, make sure that it's printing consistently and evenly. While it's doing that, I can make small, fine adjustments to my knobs. I never want to move those knobs quickly. I never want to move those knobs too much. Always move them slowly, and always move the printer slowly. The first thing I'm looking for is any plastic that hasn't stuck properly. As you can see right here in the middle, it's a little bit rough, this surface here, compared to some of these other surfaces that are very, very smooth. These are the ones we want. We want these really nice, smooth surfaces. The other thing I'm looking for is inconsistent color. If the color is very, very hard to see, that could generally mean that we're too close to the bed, that the plastic is getting squished, it's not able to lay down a thick enough layer. The other thing I'm looking for is plastic that is peeling, plastic that didn't successfully stick enough. That could look like potentially having strings of plastic that aren't attached to the model or are sitting loose on the bed. That could look like, that could present in a lot of different ways really, but those are sort of the main things I'm looking for, parts that haven't stuck and parts that have stuck too well. So this process is really important because an inaccurate level on your printer is the biggest player in failed print adhesion. So if your print isn't sticking to the bed of the printer, chances are your printer isn't leveled or it isn't clean. And we're going to have another, hopefully, video discussing cleaning printers as well. But leveling printers is a very, very easy process. Once you get the hang of it, it just takes a little bit of practice. It doesn't require any tools. Anyone can really do it. And it's a game changer once you learn how to do it. It'll improve your 3D printing experience tenfold.